Hey, everybody. This is the first of 4 Advent devotions for this blog thing. It's the beginning of the church year. I love that. This is our new year. Happy New Year. And I'm going to call this one, Don't Grasp, Rest. Now, I will admit to you, I was stressed out anyway. But the new book that I became aware of by theologians Richard and Christopher Hayes, their scholarly father and son, on homosexuality really set me off. It's called The Widening of God's Mercy. You can just imagine. I valued the elder Hayes' earlier work, The Moral Vision of the New Testament, written in 1996. It's a diamond-like interpretive key that etched the cross as the lens through which to see the New Testament and to see any sex outside of marriage as immoral, while unfolding homosexual strugglers with grace and biblical truth. A fine work. That season changed for Hayes. Winsome gay Christians have persuaded both father and son for no good scholarly reason that God has widened his mercy to include gay practice. And Professor Christopher, the son, has brought the bad news to Fuller Seminary, violating holy boundaries at my alma mater. Stuck in gridlock, wearied from our 40-day fast that ended last week, I struggled to assimilate another battering of God's best for his people. I checked out. I grasped. My first thought was a glass of wine, then a vat of wine, then a baptism in wine. Next came the illicit sexual fantasies. I always marvel at how creative my perverse imagination remains. Then I just got mad, freaking mad at the Hayes team stripping the gospel of salt and light. As neither was within ear range, I F-bombed under my breath the jerk in the obnoxiously large truck who swooped into the line of cars in front of me as I waited to get on the freeway. Happy Advent. I took heart at today's readings from Jeremiah, 1 Thessalonians, and Luke. Somehow, Jesus' warning in Luke 21, verses 25 through 36, of unprecedented terror and assault throughout the earth felt right to me. It matched my inner turmoil. Threats without, anxiety within. The good news unfurling from the muck, such chaos signals the soon coming king and should alert us not to sin, as I did inwardly, but rather to stand up as Jesus exhorts us and raise your head. Your redemption is at hand. Luke 21, verse 28. Jesus gets our childish ways. He warns us of the interplay between fear-infused stress and its destabilizing power. Anxiety tempts us to grasp and seek our equilibrium badly by attaching to various passion plays, like barking at the wrong guy, and opiates of choice, including other bodies. Smart Jesus says, be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down with dissipation, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life. And that day will close on you unexpectedly like a trap. For it will come upon all those who live on the face of the whole earth. Luke 21, verses 34 through 35. We need to own our ungrounded humanity and secure ourselves in the unseen fortress of the living God. For that, we need kinsmen and women, earthy and holy, who know our distress and can gently lead us to the rock. Don't you love spouses like that, friends like that? These are the real presence of Jesus, listening with his ears and redirecting us to holy shelter. More than I like to admit, Jesus' members ground me before sins of the heart lash out like loose wires. I can let go of distress in loving arms. We can heed St. Paul's exhortation to abound in love for each other as to strengthen our hearts, and so be blameless in holiness before our God and Father at the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Thessalonians 3, verse 12. Holiness. It's hard to live blamelessly when trusted Christians declare right is wrong and wrong is right. When will the church just land on the truth that our bodies speak a better word? We can and must aspire to grow into them so that the logical fruit of our love, children, have a fighting chance to aspire beyond the dead end of friends with benefits. Elder Hayes passed down an empty way of life to his son, who now teaches men so. Grieve, and in your heart, in your distress, take shelter. God, through Jeremiah, promises that I will raise up for David a just shoot, so that Judah will be safe and Jerusalem shall dwell secure. Jeremiah 33, verses 15 and 16. Be vigilant and pray, exhorts Jesus in Luke 21:36. Let's begin the shaking of this Advent, resting in everlasting arms.